Is that what you planted on me? Just a little bit of weed?
Give him an attitude.
It's a little bit of weed.
Here are moments when officers were caught red-handed planting evidence, beginning with this case where a driver in Charleston, West Virginia, noticed something strange while cops searched his vehicle.
Is that what you planted on me? Just a little bit of weed?
Give him an attitude.
On May 2nd, 2023, a delivery driver in Charleston, West Virginia, was pulled over for what the officer claimed were faulty license lights. But things didn't go as expected. The driver was already annoyed with the stop and had already filed a lawsuit against the police. And since he knew cop tactics, he refused to step out of his vehicle.
Step out.
I haven't broke any laws. I'm not under
I
arrest.
can ask anybody to step out on any traffic stop.
No, you
It's a
can't.
lawful
No, you
order.
cannot.
Yes,
I didn't break any law.
I'm asking you to step out.
I'm going to call my attorney.
The officer didn't take this lightly and quickly mentioned the potential consequences of not cooperating.
Let me just talk to you.
Okay, talk to me.
All right, talk to me back here.
Why?
Because I asked you to, buddy. We do not want to take you out of this car, okay? I do not want to arrest you tonight.
You have no reason to arrest me. I have done nothing wrong.
If you don't get out
If
of
you
the
don't get out
vehicle,
of the car, it's obstruction of justice. Obstruction call.
But the driver knew his rights. When he didn't back down, the officers made a bold claim of smelling marijuana in the car.
I told myself he's going to pull me over, for delivering
the
food.
reason I'm getting you out is, like I said, I'm smelling a strong presence of marijuana in the
You
car.
guys say that every time you pull somebody over.
While it seemed unlikely, given the car was filled with food deliveries, the officers still used it as probable cause to search the vehicle. But the delivery driver wasn't convinced.
You guys cannot search someone's car saying that you smell marijuana.
I can't, okay?
Well, I'm telling
And-
you
and
right
I'm-
now
and
that
I'm
you
going-
have
and-
no legal basis to search my car.
I'm going to search your vehicle, okay? And you're going to stay right here with my buddy while I search your vehicle,
This is a joke.
okay?
As the driver continued to protest, the officers pressed forward with the search. That's when the driver noticed something disturbing. This officer appeared to be tampering with his body cam.
Yes, sir. We got it all right here.
I know, but you guys, when you beat somebody, you seem not to find that on video.
And while the driver was already done with the bad cops, he noticed something very shocking. While searching the vehicle, the officer was caught slipping a plastic bag into the trunk.
You say you smell something. That gives you the right, because you're the cops, right?
No,
you guys are above the law. So the things like this, man, harassing somebody.
And just like that, the narrative changed. The officer claimed to have found a small quantity of marijuana. Despite his protests, the driver was cited for a faulty license light and sent on his way. Moving on to the next case, where NYPD officers took matters into their own hands when they couldn't find any evidence on a suspect.
It's a little bit of weed.
On March 13th, 2018, two NYPD officers pulled over a car for broken tail lights. But things escalated quickly when the officers claimed to smell marijuana and demanded to search the vehicle.
Because the car smells like marijuana, so we're going to check it, all right?
Okay, and then what?
Then that's it. Then I got to make sure everything's good with your end with the license. If it's just a permit, I'm not going to give you the summons for it. And I told you, just get the taillight fixed. If there's nothing in the car, you'll be good to go.
While the driver cooperated, the passenger, Jason Sana, told the officers he was recovering from recent abdominal surgery. He even showed them his fresh stitches.
This is for our safety, okay? We're doing one
I
at a
have
time.
nothing
on me. Look, I just got.
He is going to step out
Listen.
after you step out, okay?
He just got surgery not too
Look, I don't have
Okay.
time
This is
to play.
crazy.
I can
Okay.
get out. Look,
I don't wanna
can
see
get
that
out.
right now,
Come on,
okay?
listen. I can get out. I can
Okay.
barely move, bro. I don't have
Okay.
nothing on me. You can search
I don't
me.
want to
have
see
nothing.
that
Come
right
on.
now. You can put
I
that
can
away,
barely
okay?
move.
I'll make you step out of the car,
I'm gonna step out
okay?
the car, but
Despite this, the officers didn't back off. and this was evident when he refused to let them search his jacket.
I don't have nothing in my jacket. I'm not. I don't have nothing.
Yo, relax. 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 Relax.
No, this is on me.
Yo,
It's my
listen,
possession.
he's gonna get
Jason was forced to the ground and handcuffed. Moments later, it became clear the officers had made a grave mistake. When Jason started bleeding, cops came under pressure to find something against him.
Actually, I'll let you check. Yeah. There's my flashlight. I'll stay with him.
Officer Kyle Erickson started searching Jason's seat, but found nothing. And his frustration grew as he checked the rest of the vehicle, still coming up empty-handed.
You have any bees on you? No?
ETA for bus is 1908, 1908. 2 minutes out.
It's all right.
By now, his desperation was obvious. He returned to the passenger seat, which he had already searched. And this time, he planted the flake of weed and pretended to find exactly what he was looking for. Erickson also claimed to find flakes in the same jacket his colleague had already searched for, but found nothing in.
There's flakes everywhere, though.
Yeah, no, he had weed. You could see his weed here. I don't know. I'm gonna check the rest of his jacket.
Bring the jacket with you. It's his anyway, so. That's probably why he was bugging out, because he had a little weed on him. So there's a little marijuana in the jag, which is probably why he was bugging out, but. Just flakes for.
Despite these questionable discoveries, the officers seemed pleased and shared a celebratory fist bump.
You good?
Yeah.
Good?
Meanwhile, Jason was charged with drug possession, resisting arrest, and obstruction. Months later, a judge overturned his convictions after reviewing the body cam footage. But the officers faced no consequences and continued patrolling his neighborhood. While these officers tried to cover their tracks, the next Baltimore officers didn't bother with subtlety.
Oh my God, I knew it. That's why they were freaking out. That's the weed smell right there. That's why they were freaking out. Oh, these are little fives.
In August 2017, Baltimore police officers were caught planting drugs on a suspect. It all started on November 29th, 2016, when they searched a car and found nothing. But then, something strange happened.
Joel over to look to see if it was there. So you went over there, you pull the pipe all the way out. Oh well.
The officers checked multiple areas, including the back seat and the passenger's purse, but came up empty-handed. That's when their body cams mysteriously turned off for about 30 minutes. When the cameras turned back on, one officer casually mentioned he had turned it on. His partner quickly reminded him it wasn't allowed. Still, they checked the same compartment they had already searched.
She had a matching 5 weed in a pocket. Jacket pocket. These little small bags, and here's the full.
Hey, I'm gonna go hot just for this recovery and everything. But I've been off because I
This time they found 5 bags of pills. They claimed the passenger sitting on this side was their suspect, and so it made sense they found the drugs there.
Don't kill you. Got me all nervous.
The officers even joked about how they were still on, and that the drugs were definitely from the passenger. A defense attorney used this footage, leading to 43 cases being dismissed in Baltimore due to the same officer's actions. And in another Baltimore case, Officer Richard Pinheiro thought he could get away with a planted drug discovery. But the body cam had something else to say about it. In January 2017, Officer Richard Pinheiro Jr. of the Baltimore Police Department found himself in a spotlight no officer wants. While responding to a drug-related case, Pinheiro's body camera footage revealed a clear betrayal of trust.
Alright. Shit.
Relax.
I didn't do. Alright. I'm.
Take it easy.
Alright. I am.
After arresting the suspect, Pinheiro needed to back up the charges with evidence. So he headed to a nearby alley, where he conducted a thorough search with his fellow officers.
This part's right there.
Then yeah, there's a chip bag right there. Or that blue bag or something like that. Check right there. Can you reach in there? Right there, see that center block? There's like a gap in that center block right there. Right here.
Oh, okay.
There's a gap right there.
At first, it looked like a routine investigation, but Pinheiro turned off his body cam's audio and placed a bag of white capsules inside a soup can. What he didn't account for was the camera's 30-second pre-activation feature, which silently captured the setup.
Here, check here. Hold on.
Pinheiro then returned to the street, turned his audio back on, and announced he was going to search the alley. And when he went back, he found the drugs he'd just planted.
Was that 30?
Yo. Hold up.
Later, Pinheiro was seen laughing with fellow officers about the staged discovery. Meanwhile, the suspect sat in jail, unable to pay the $50,000 bail. Once the video was flagged by public defenders, the charges were dropped, and Pinheiro was suspended with pay. He was eventually indicted, receiving a 3-year suspended sentence, 2 years of probation, and 300 hours of community service. Moving on, in Florida, Officer Zach Wester's calm tone couldn't hide the fact that he had planted evidence on an unsuspecting driver. On February 15th, 2018, Officer Zach Wester pulled over Teresa Odom for what he claimed were flickering brake lights. Zach asked Teresa to step out of the car and, with a calm tone, requested permission to search her vehicle.
There's going to be a K9 coming in a minute, and she's going to walk around the car, okay? But instead of doing that, would you consent to a search of your vehicle? You're fine with that? Okay. All right, you mind stepping out and just hanging out with this deputy right back here?
No, I don't. I'm scared of being in this traffic.
Deputy Hayke will take care of you.
Can I take my phone?
Yeah, take your phone. I don't care. That's fine. Come on.
During the search, Zach's body camera caught a quick glimpse of a tightly clenched object in his left hand, which made a faint clicking sound. Meanwhile, Teresa casually mentioned losing $5 and asked if he could find it. Zach even retrieved some money from her purse, but it wasn't the missing amount. He then assured her he'd help find it as he continued searching. But what seemed like a friendly encounter quickly took a darker turn.
$5 at the hospital.
All right, I'll see if I can find it for you. Oh, Miss Odom.
It is yogurt, sir.
I know. Okay.
It's yogurt.
How about this, though?
That is not mine. No, sir.
Okay. I'm not going to ask you any
No,
direct, hold on.
sir.
I'm not going to ask you any direct questions. I'm going to read you your rights first, okay?
While Teresa quickly explained that she used the spoon for yogurt, Zach wasn't convinced. After conducting a chemical test on the spot, he returned with a positive result.
I'm not trying to be over.
It did return presumptive positive for methamphetamine, okay? I'm just letting you know, okay?
Teresa then assured her family that the drugs weren't hers, repeatedly saying she didn't know where they came from. And despite her pleas, Zach arrested her on felony charges of drug possession and paraphernalia.
I come through the light, I get pulled over. All right, the deputy asked if he could search my truck. I told him, yes, he may search my truck. I'm sitting on the bumper right now. He goes in my passenger side, he sees, I don't know, God knows what. He goes around to the other side, is the truck going on open? And he comes back with the spoon, which is what I use. And in the spoon, there's laying a little bitty, like, I guess a little tiny bag. He says it tests positive for methamphetamine. So I guess I'm going to go to jail.
Teresa spent the next 7 months fighting for her innocence. Eventually, prosecutors dismissed the charges, and further investigations found that Zach had planted drugs in over 100 vehicles during his career. In the end, Zach was fired, found guilty of 12 felonies, and sentenced to 122 years in prison. Next, a traffic stop in Tallahassee seemed routine, until Officer Oliver decided to plant evidence and make a DUI charge based on fabricated proof. On May 7th, 2023, Calvin Riley was stopped by Officer Oliver of the Tallahassee Police Department on South End Road. What started as a simple traffic stop turned into a case of planted evidence.
Hello, sir. I'm Officer Oliver with Tallahassee Police Department. Do you have your driver's license, registration, insurance?
While searching for his license, Riley asked for the reason to slow him down.
This is the reason why you slowed me down.
Yes, sir. So you don't have any headlights on, and you're going really fast down Monroe Street.
Headlight? My headlights automatically on when I'm driving.
They're not on right now.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, sir.
While Riley explained that he didn't realize his headlights were off, Officer Oliver pointed out that Riley's symptoms appeared consistent with intoxication. Though the officers never explained the consequences of refusal, Riley was asked to step out of the car and perform sobriety tests. He was also questioned about marijuana, which he denied knowing anything about.
I feel like I'm getting some indications, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't really smell anything. Here, go ahead and step out of the vehicle for us. Just go ahead and face the car for us. Your license is suspended, so we're gonna...
After detaining Riley, Officer Oliver and other officers began searching his car. At first, they were unable to find any drugs or alcohol.
I don't know, it smells very strong. This is cologne right here, though.
While searching the car, Riley also mentioned that the cup in his car contained Arizona green tea, and there were other bottles in the back seat. However, Officer Oliver found a small bottle of vodka in the car.
Hey, there's vodka in his seat, like right here in a pouch in his seat. Vodka was found in this pouch in his seat.
And after a brief moment, she left the scene, returned, and broke the seal on the bottle. She poured out the vodka, tossed the empty bottle into the passenger seat, and claimed it was evidence. Despite the lack of clear evidence, Riley's arrest report later stated that an open vodka bottle was found in the driver's seat pocket. While this led to a DUI charge, when the video became public, Officer Oliver was fired from the department. And during her deposition, she claimed not to remember anything from that night. While this man was naive, the next routine traffic stop in Caledonia saw officers met by a smart passenger who caught the officer planting evidence on his phone.
Hey bro, what's that?
What's what?
That you just threw in here.
What word?
I got you on camera, bro.
On July 21st, 2021, two men were pulled over by Caledonia police. During the stop, one of them noticed something suspicious. As he recorded the stop on his phone, he caught the officer sneaking what looked like a plastic wrap into the back seat. And it all started when two cops were conducting a search on the passenger. While this officer searched the car, he then decided to ask for permission to search thoroughly.
I got specks of green. You're good to search if you need to.
However, his body cam showed the officer being handed a plastic container by a fellow officer and placing it in the car.
Corner cut.
While this explained where the plastic came from, it didn't explain why the officer put it there in the first place. The man wasn't buying it. He found it hard to believe the officer's story, especially since the officer didn't mention what he was doing.
Hey bro, you just threw that in here.
Yeah, because it was in his pocket and I don't want to hold on to it. It's on their body cam that they took it off of him, so.
You just threw that in here, bro. I got you on camera, man.
I'm telling you where it came from, so.
I got you on camera, bro.
It's an empty baggie at the moment too, so. Okay, buddy.
The officer explained that the plastic came from his colleague's pocket during the search and that he had just placed it in the car. After the search, both men were released with a simple traffic ticket. But the unsettling footage left serious questions about what really happened that day. If you've stuck around this long, you're definitely a true crime fan. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.